Hi everybody, Tom on Racing, delighted to be joined by Betfair ambassador and Irish maestro Joseph O'Brien, talking about the weekend's runners and a little bit of other things as well. But first up, Joseph, I've got to start with Patrick Sarsveld, who's bidding to land the first Group 1 of his career at Munich on Sunday. He is a horse who's made giant strides this season, isn't he? And do you think he can continue to improve and land that top-level success?
Yeah, he really has, Tom. He's taken huge jumps very quickly this season. Obviously, he was a lightly raced horse up until then. He goes to Munich with a big chance, but it's a very hot race. You have Barney Roy in there, who's a real Group 1 performer, and it represents by far his biggest challenge to date. But he's earned his place in the race, and we're hoping for a good run.
Excellent stuff. And as you mentioned Barney Roy there, he's rated 116. Do you think Patrick Sarsfeld has got that kind of rating in him?
I suppose I think he's won 14 now, Tom. So, and every time he's gone to the races, he's took a step up. So, he's certainly entitled to take his chance, and we're hopeful of a good run. But very, very aware that Barney Roy is a different challenge to what he's met before. So, we'll give it our best shot and hoping for a good run.
Absolutely. And you've got 4 in the Tattersalls Gold Cup entered, of course. Obviously, Latrobe ran today. Would Buckhurst be the most likely to run, and what about the other 2?
Yeah, that's right. Buckhurst looks to be the number one hope for the race. It's been a good colt for us last season, and this season he started very well. And the Tattersalls Gold Cup was kind of his aim in the first part of the season. So he's been in good shape since he's winning over the course and distance last time, and we're hoping for a good run. But obviously, it's going to be a tough race.
Absolutely. And what's the plan for Crossfire Hurricane? Because obviously he was quite strongly fancied for the Irish Derby.
Yeah, he was. On the day, he just probably didn't get the distance. So he has an entry in the Tattersalls Gold Cup as well. Now, not probably 50-50 to run at this stage, but he has an option in Deauville in 3 weeks' time as well. A 3-year-old's only Group 2. So if he doesn't run at the weekend, he'd probably go to Deauville in a few weeks.
Okay, lovely stuff. And obviously next week it's the Galway Festival, a big weekend of racing in Ireland. And I saw you've got A Wave of the Sea entered in the Galway Hurdle, the big one. Would you give the kind of chance, and is he definitely going to run there?
Yeah, probably not definitely going to run there, Tom, at this stage. He has an entry in the GPT as well, which is the amateur handicap, another big pot. So he could run there, and he also has an entry in the 2-6, I think, or 2-6.5 handicap hurdle. So to be honest, Tom, I'd say it's more likely that he would run in one of the 2 other races rather than the Galway hurdle.
Okay, lovely. And would you nominate any other prospects for the week you're particularly looking forward to? I saw that Arthurian Fame was in the Premier Handicap.
Yeah, he go there with a chance. He won a maiden hurdle last time. I suppose in the bigger races, I have hopefully going to have 2 or 3 in the Galway Plate. Other than them, is a horse around the big race in Cheltenham, and this race has been the plan since then. Early Doors is a Cheltenham winner, but hasn't probably reached the heights over fences yet. So he looks like he'll sneak in at the bottom of the weights and would go there with a chance. Probably would like a bit of rain, Tom, in an ideal world. And Mortal is a horse with good form too. A little bit hit and miss, all right. But if he brings his A game, I think he was second to Delta Work in a Grade 1 as a novice. If he brings his A game back into handicap company over that course and distance, he could run a good race too.
Great. It's great to have these big jumping names back in action, isn't it? Back to the flat racing quickly. Speaking Colours has been a massive flag bearer for the yard this year. And where do you think he might go next? Because that Group 3 win last time, I was really impressed by that.
Yeah, it was. Looked to be one of his most impressive performances to date. In fairness, he's been a really solid, consistent horse that runs to his mark of 110, 112 over 6 and 7 furlongs every time. He was placed in a Group 1 last year, and really has held his form well this season. So he has an entry in the Mars de Guise in France, and there's a race in York, and there's a couple of options in Ireland for him as well. There's a group race at the Curragh. He's very good form at the Curragh. So to be honest, Tom, we haven't really finalised the target yet. Only we like to keep our options open, and as the races come, we pick what's the most suitable spot for him. But fantastic horse to have in the yard. He's a real favourite.
You've made a real name for yourself as a dual code trainer, horses that are top class in both spheres. Is that the way you want to stay in the future as you get older, or do you think as time goes on you'll lean one way or the other?
Yeah, I suppose even I'd love to remain a dual purpose trainer, Tom, going forward, and please God I will. But in all likelihood, and it has in the last couple of years. My national hunt string has got a bit smaller, and it's likely to do that over the coming season. So I would always love to hold on to the jumpers and keep a number of national hunt horses. But realistically speaking, the flat string is by far the stronger string for me. But we are a dual purpose yard, and will continue to be a dual purpose yard. And I love the national hunt racing, and I'm very lucky to have some fantastic owners and some very good horses, and they're just coming back into the yard there now in the last couple of weeks, the winter animals, and it really, really, really does get the blood flowing thinking about Leopardstown at Christmas and so on.
Certainly does. And finally, I just want to ask about Donico. Obviously, he's just started his training career. Younger brother, what's it like? Is there any competition there? For example, when the Irish 1,000 Guineas took place, you, your dad, and Donico all had runners. Is there any competition beforehand? Do you kind of josh each other before the race? Do you speak about it? What happens?
Yeah, there's always competition, Tom, and we all want to beat each other. But we realise that racing is a tough sport, and some days you're the winner, and some days you're the loser. And we do the best with the horses we have and the horses we can. And when Donico wins, when Dad wins, we wish him well and well done. And the opposite, when I win, they'll say well done to me. And we take our losses well, and we take our wins well, and we're appreciative of the good horses that we have and the support that we have for some great owners, yeah, listen, we just do our best on the track, Tom, and leave it there.
Great stuff. Well, great. Thank you very much indeed for talking to me, Joseph, and best of luck for the weekend with Patrick Sarsfield and of course next week at Galway.
Pleasure, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you.